What's happening, y'all? This is Andrew from Mirror Music Double Reactions, a show where we listen to a song twice and give you a little analysis and a little feedback on it, at least our initial reaction. So today, I'm doing a song that was suggested by my friend Emily, friend of the show. Hi. Thank you. This is rather narcissistically for her called Emily, I'm Sorry, by a band or a group or something called boygenius. This is one of those groups that I've heard of before, kind of out in the ether or whatever, but I've never heard a song by them. So this is Emily, I'm Sorry by boygenius. Here we go. Hmm. So, sort of as you'd expect for a song called Emily, I'm Sorry, it's soft, right? It's not a screechy song. It's not a dancing song. It's a very um, if you know the band Iron and Wine, or it's one man as the band Iron and Wine, um, it has that feel to it a little bit. The vocals are kind of breathy almost and soft. It's, I think, a female vocalist. It's hard to tell in this particular song. Tell me in the comments, for those of you who know a lot more about this band, group, person, whatever, than I do. But I think it's a female vocalist. It's certainly a higher pitched vocal than Iron and Wine is. It's hard to use words for this, but the feeling is as of an acoustic song, like just a person with a guitar. That's like the feeling of the song, but it feels like all of the instrumentation is digital, if that makes sense. There's little warps and bends and slides and stuff like that that sound like they were done on a keyboard or a computer as opposed to played on an instrument live. I look forward to listening to this again. Let's see what else I can pick up. Emily. See, I don't know any other words. I got Emily, but I mean, that little riff is going to stick in my head, though. One of the notes that I just made as I listened to it the second time was that if the Beatles were young men in like 2020, this is the kind of song they would make. It's very um, like it's very of a piece of that would fit in a Revolver or Rubber Soul-ish kind of era Beatles song. Again, it's all digital music, like the strings and the keys and all that stuff is being done digitally, I think, from what I can hear. But it's got the harmonies, it's got the melody, it's got um, multiple hooks in it, and the it kind of slides in and out. It's kind of hard to explain of lines and stuff. All of that you hear on Rubber Soul, Revolver kind of era Beatles stuff. Um, so this is not like the 75-year-old Beatles, who, as like Paul McCartney is now. He wouldn't make a song like this now. But if they were young men now, this is the kind of sound I think that they would be making. It's a song that sort of washes over you. It kind of is pulsing in a way. It kind of comes in waves, which is kind of how apologies work, right? I mean, the setup at the beginning is that the we assume Emily, the person who the narrator is speaking to, wakes up in the back seat of a car from a dream of screeching. The phrase he uses of screeching tires and fire, right? Like so it's not a pleasant dream. It's not a pleasant waking up. So it's a dark song, but it doesn't feel. I would say it feels somber, but not sad in many ways. Um, I like it. I do. I've not. This is the only song of Boy Geniuses that I've heard, so I don't really have a frame of reference for it. But it's certainly something that I would be willing to listen to more of. Um, it's definitely not something that it's a pick-me-up kind of song. It feels like a song that I would listen to more of if somebody presented more to me, but I don't know how actively I would go out and look for more, I guess, if that makes sense. If you want a like 90s reference, you know what it reminds me of is the song Standing Outside a Broken Phone. Was it? Yeah, Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand by a band called Primitive Radio Gods. It was like a one-hit wonder band in the 90s, but it has that kind of feel to it. That one had more spoken word stuff in it, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like the feeling that this song, Emily, I'm Sorry by Boy Genius gives me is kind of the same feel that that song gave me. So if you want some points of reference, I would use that one, and I would use Rubber Soul Revolver, except without the except without the instruments. So it's worth listening to, I think. So hope that was helpful. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care, y'all.